Tonight it's the 2019 World Champion Springboks up against the Wallabies at Sbu Stadium on the Gold Coast. Great to have you with us on Channel 9's Wide World of Sports and Stan, with the action coming from the lands of the Yugambeh people, where we pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. I'm Sean Maloney, joined in the commentary box by Tim Horan, Morgan Turinui and Andrew Mertens. Mertz, the #1 test side in the world, are unbeaten in the Rugby Championship and have brought another monster team to town.
Yes, they absolutely have, and these are the men who are standing up to that huge physical Springbok side. A big task ahead right from the front row of Folau Fainga'a and Allan Alaalatoa. Huge pressure on Michael Hooper as usual. He's been absolutely everywhere in every test this year. A lot stands on his shoulders as his team goes out with absolutely nothing to lose against the world champions. The back line as well for the Wallabies has been a developing unit. Obviously the talk is centred around Quade Cooper. Let's see what he can do. McDermott had a really strong game last weekend in Perth as he sniped around the fringes.
And a chance tonight for Rob Valetini and Len Ikitau to make their debuts in Wallabies colours. Look for some punch, some trademark punch from Tony Latupo. So that's how the Wallabies look. Morgan Turinui, the Springboks have made every poster winner on the way through, and it is a huge forward pack.
It's a huge forward pack, Sean, and it's an experienced one with Mbonambi at #2, the least experienced player in this forward pack with over 40 caps himself. Duane Vermeulen coming in at #8 is a huge addition, adds balance to that back row. De Klerk and Handré Pollard reunited for this absolute blockbuster. Sbu Nkosi gets an opportunity on the right wing in the absence of the superstar Cheslin Kolbe.
And there's plenty of firepower from the bench as well, including Herschel Yankees and Damian Willemse, who can really light things up. And Van Staden is a terrifying ball runner as well. So this is how they look. Australia still chasing their first win in the Rugby Championship. Conditions warm on the Gold Coast, potentially favouring the home side.
Yes, they should. South Africa have done all the travel, but they were lying in wait at Sanctuary Cove, being able to prepare within those quarantine conditions. Australia will believe playing up tempo against the formidable South African forward pack, Mertz, will be a huge opportunity.
Yes, well, they can't be silly, but they do have to move this big pack around, and continuity may be the key as well. The last thing you want to give this Springbok pack is a target at the ruck, so they need to be accurate with moving the ball on. And again, it comes down to that man in 10, Quade Cooper. We know the skills he's got. Let's hope they haven't diminished in the seasons in between.
And isn't it wonderful to see the First Nations design on the numbers of the golden Wallaby jersey? They're a permanent fixture from now on for the first time this evening. Wonderful to see that connection marked every single time the Wallaby team takes the field.
Saw Allan Alaalatoa with plenty to say in that pre-game huddle tonight, playing in his 50th game as well with the Wallabies. A nice milestone for Big Al to tick off.
Yeah, and he'll be given the opportunity to lead the team out first by Michael Hooper. On the other side, Angus Bell as well gets an opportunity at loose head prop. What a formidable matchup straight away. He and Allan Alaalatoa there coming out first, with Reece Hodge as well. A similar milestone for Reece.
Both made their Wallabies debuts back in 2016, within a week of each other actually, and have done some terrific things in the gold of Australia since. So we'll see Hodge from the bench, Alaalatoa to start. And it's been a huge afternoon on the Gold Coast. We had the All Blacks up against Argentina, and it was almost like it was all the prelude to seeing this man back in national colours.
And much has been made of it. This isn't the Quade Cooper of 2008, the young kid coming through. This isn't the impetuous genius of 2011 that led the Queensland Reds to that Super Rugby title. It isn't the man we've seen in gold on numerous occasions. It's a more mature, happier Quade Cooper, humbled by rugby at times, but still here, resilient and ready to go.
And tonight, the first time since the World Cup final that we've seen South Africa play a test match outside of their country. They were too good for the British and Irish Lions back in late June, early July. They put away Argentina at home, and tonight they welcome back this hulking figure, Duane Vermeulen.
He's an absolute dominator, isn't he? Bruising doesn't quite do him justice. He is a big part of the Springbok success of recent seasons, along with those twin towers in the second row, Etzebeth and de Jager, but it's a really complete Springbok team throughout, and this man getting them on the front foot is very, very important, but they've got any number of big cattle options out there to take that ball forward.
Okay, time now for our acknowledgement of country.
Of the land on which we meet today and pay their respects to all elders past, present and emerging. The National Anthem of Australia will now be performed by Marussia. The National Anthem of Australia will now be performed by Marussia. The National Anthem of South Africa will now be performed by Grant Almiral.
Siya Kolisi is ready to go, so too is Tim Horan sideline.
Thanks, Shawnee. Tell you what, that is raw emotion from the Springbok captain, isn't it? Siya Kolisi, how much does that mean to him? What I'm looking forward to watching tonight, Shawnee and guys, is the Wallabies and how they withstand the physicality of this forward pack, massive forward pack of the Springboks, and also how they deal with the kicking game of Faf de Klerk and Handré Pollard. Can they counteract that? But also Quade Cooper. can he underplay his game in that first 10 to 15 minutes?
We are about to find out. Luke Pearce, the man in charge. Quade Cooper with ball in hand, ready to get us moving on the Gold Coast. This week 3 of the Rugby Championship. And QC is back in national colours. Here we go. Cooper deep with a kick-off, down towards de Klerk. Happy just to send it away to de Allende. Crashes it just short of the 22.
Use it!
De Klerk does the kicking. The chase is good. Banks goes up. Can't get a hand on it. Will come down here for de Jager. Good pressure from the Springboks early on, and now le Roux looking in behind. Cooper brings a cheer from the crowd. Dances with that right-hand touchline. Ball placement is good here for McDermott. His first touch of the night. Alaalatoa out the back for Kerevi. He was superb last week against the All Blacks in his return to the Wallabies setup. McDermott now calling for runners, finds Phillip. There's a touch high and then rolls over the top of Vermeulen.
9. You've had 9.
McDermott sneaks it away. Easy take there for Willie le Roux, met by Kellaway. Kitshoff tries to get his way past Rodda. Pollard going crossfield with the kick this time. Again to the right, Koroibete. And Nkosi goes up. He comes down with it. The South African, and now they look to swing wide left. Le Roux blasts it in behind, and it's well weighted to touch. Timmy Horan, conditions please, sir.
Yeah, perfect conditions, Sean. It was 28 degrees today on the Gold Coast. It's down to about 22 now, so no dew on the field. Ball won't skid along. Perfect conditions for both teams to spread the ball after that first kick and forth back into Quade Cooper's first touch.
Okay, hold the 10, everybody. Hold the 10.
Fainga'a. Oh, it's done nicely at the front there by South Africa. They got a hand up, they got across the line, but it's trickling the touch, and Australia will have the throw again.
And it's already what we've expected from the Springboks for those who watch the Lions series. Kick pressure, aerial pressure, set-piece pressure.
To the back this time, Phillip good up high.
15 metres, move!
Feeds it back to his captain, Fainga'a. Good work with a rolling maul, and now McDermott.
Okay, 9.
All alone at the back. Again, plenty of pressure on his box kicking down towards Makazole Mapimpi. Beats Kellaway and beats Swinton. De Klerk.
Okay, it's a 50-22 if it goes.
Happy to work that left-hand side of the park. Banks is back.
Australia, hold
He'll load up and send it long. Won't find touch, De Klerk. Pollard to the air again. Le Roux's giving chase, trying to weave his way through the gold jerseys. It'll fall here for Mostert. They contest well up high, South Africa, and they get the ball back. Lukhanyo Am. His first carry. Australia looking for the counter-up. De Allende in there. Springs to his feet and helps secure the ball. Mbonambi. Met by Phillip and Hooper. There's a spot in the wide headgear. Australia coming around the side. De Klerk just dinks one in behind. Wants that one to hop hard right. Now they'll put pressure on with the line out.
Well, the Australians won't have been disappointed with their assessment early on because there have been a lot of kicks as expected by Dave Rennie. However, as we see Faf de Klerk just taking a bit of friendly fire, good drive through, good pressure from the Wallabies. They're kicking it may settle down.
Swinton, good up high. That one goes across the face of Valetini. Kerevi's there to save it for Australia, but they get the breakdown work wrong, and it's a gimme penalty goal right in front for South Africa.
And Morgan, this is the result of the kicks early. We've already seen the South Africans actually recover 3 of their own kicks. We've seen Handré Pollard use Willie le Roux wider for the wipers kick. Now you overlook Willie le Roux at your peril because he can carve you up, but he's put in 2 good kicks as we see the pressure goes onto the Wallabies, and 3 points in the offing.
Just as we discussed with both teams.
Perfect game plan, execution thus far from the Springboks, and there more evidence of some of the World Rugby law variations of players going off their feet when connected to players or just sealing off, and a really clear picture for referee Luke Pearce to put his influence on the game early.
So Pollard with over 500 test points to his name. We'll do this as easy as you like from in front. He nails the first 3 of the night on the board for the Springboks.
Perfect game plan in the first 5 minutes for the Springboks. They won't play much ball from their own half. What they'll do is kick from their own half and then try and squeeze you down in your area. Dave Rennie, the Wallaby coach, looks on.
Vermeulen.
Okay, South Africa.
Checked well there by Swinton with a chase, and now
Excuse me.
de Klerk will dig it out. And launch the exit himself. On a fine touch and some field position here for the Wallabies.
Geez, that must be a daunting prospect, Morgs, chasing a kick-off like Marika Koroibete had to then, and it ends up with that big lump, Vermeulen. How do you motivate to throw yourself into him?
Cooper off the hip for Kerevi. Australia going to their face plate. Cooper, the in-ball there for Koroibete, missed the target, but it's worked out okay here with Valetini.
No, ball's here.
Australia working for a penalty of their own. Phillip. Caught by the enormous frame of Malherbe. Kitshoff over the top, and the penalty will go the way of the home side.
5 and 8. Take just a quiet word, please. Can we make sure your players aren't trapping others in on the other side of the ball? Thanks. Roll away.
It's Kitshoff over the ball. He's fine. It's the South African tacklers not rolling away, giving arriving gold jerseys the opportunity to clean out legally. Much has been talked about.
Quade Cooper.
I'll speak to them as well, Mike.
Sorry, Morgs, just going to say he was having a bit of a chat to his captain, Michael Hooper, whether he should go for touch or have a chance to take 3. So worked a lot on his kicking game the last couple of years, especially over in Japan, playing for Kintetsu with Genia, his good mate from the Queensland Reds. First one right in front of the post, 40 out.
Yes, it can sometimes seem that this is a straightforward and easy kick straight in front, but 40 metres out, there's plenty of time for the ball to deviate. This is by no means a gimme.
He's feeling really well in the pre-game, and his first shot on goal is a good one. Quade Cooper makes it 3-3.
Good settler there, and a confidence builder for Dave Rennie himself. The confidence he's put into Quade Cooper, striking straight back.
Koroibete takes the restart well and kicks out of the tackle. Sbu Nkosi. Eventually Kitshoff.
Okay, Australia.
Piled in on him. McDermott off the deck up for Swinton.
9, use it.
McDermott again
Onside.
taking on the responsibility of clearing with the box kick. This one slapped back and into the hands of de Jager. De Klerk over to le Roux. He'll go skyward, looking for Mapimpi, banks up and down without it. Kolisi's there, turns it back inside, knocked on. And Luke Pearce says lost by Australia first. And there'll be a scrum here to South Africa.
Well, it's obvious, but
Went for the ball.
Yeah.
In the radius,
2 knock-ons.
do you want to talk over the referee? I thought he had something to add there. It's obvious that They're winning the aerial battle. Have you seen Tim Horan anything different in the Wallabies backfield to try and negate some of this pressure they're putting on them?
It's interesting, they're playing with normally two fullbacks, so the open winger goes back and also the fullback, but what the Springboks have been doing, a couple of high balls, only 30, 40 metres out, makes you sit back a bit more, and you'll be very careful because Handré Pollard will throw a cutout pass and they'll move the ball quickly with your open wingers too far back.
Here's a big challenge for Quade Cooper as you see Mapimpi lurking right by Pollard. Big decision time for Kerevi. Does he stay in to help his 10? Well, he won't get that chance.
It's on the other side of this scrum. Angus Bell, what a challenge for the young loose head prop in the #1 jersey. Folding under pressure early. Luke Pearce really being dominant early on with his decisions in this game. That's a clear one at scrum time and an opportunity for the Springboks to accumulate another 3 points.
Wallabies won't be too unhappy giving away increments of 3. They just need to make sure they get their own, that every time they get up the end, they come away with points as well. A nice start for Quade Cooper, getting that first penalty kick away. Also his first touch that he managed to take into contact, recycle the ball fine. That would be a good settler as well, just that first physical contact for him.
Pollard draws it back beautifully, and the Springboks reclaim the lead.
Billions coming up on Stan. It's an excellent show, isn't it, Mertz? This is your life, isn't it, Mertz? Big deals, money everywhere, bathing in cash.
Spending all my time researching rugby during the week, Lords, as you can tell.
Particularly what Paul Giamatti you do, Mertz. South Africa with a clean take from the restart. De Klerk. In the direction of Banks. Grabs it nicely. Kolisi's there to put him down. Kerevi on hand to take the pass from Banks. McDermott getting some width on that one. Cooper mixing up the play, putting it in behind, but it's ran well by Pollard. He in turn sends it to le Roux. Good hustle from Ikitau. Gets a shot on and almost makes the steal. He does get the steal. The penalty comes on the other side.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Holding on.
Hint of an early tackle, maybe from Len Ikitau. Certainly what the Springboks are asking for. There it is there, just holding the jersey as Pollard came round and then managed to steal the ball, the Wallabies here, but penalty still went just before that point. Ikitau on Pollard.
Very mature decision by Quade Cooper just to dink one over the top. You know how hard the Springbok defensive line comes up. Good chase through and pressure for Ikitau. Can be easy if you're trapped in your own zone, troubling with ball in the air off kicking. You try and chase the game, and it's encouraging sign for the Wallabies that they're not flustered. They're happy to come down to this end of the field and attempt to take points where they can.
It was a
It's a good decision, as you mentioned, from Quade Cooper to just dink one in behind and just vary the game a little bit. Morgan Turinui, as you mentioned, and if anyone saw the All Black game prior when they defeated Argentina, Bowden Barrett did the same thing. Just tried to turn the defence around. Just keep them in two minds, whether they rush up or whether they sit back.
And the chase, Tim, obviously made it because the ball, didn't quite sit up to regather for the Wallabies. But the chase came through and made perhaps an average kick into what ended up being a good one.
Cooper floats it through. It's 6-6.
Two calming kicks. It's a crucial part of a game for any tennis goal kicking. It can flow into other parts of your game for both Pollard and Cooper here.
Koroibete again with the restart take. Dropped by de Jager. Pressure there around the base of the ruck from South Africa. McDermott just got the pass away.
Use it! Time it, Faf.
Through comes Roux. He's met by Hooper and Valetini. Early gang tackle from the Aussie back rowers. And now de Klerk goes into the pocket. Finds Pollard. Again, looking over towards Banks. And again, Banks up to it. Kolisi picks up Banks, sends him back. And will it just be a penalty?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, lads. Just give me a sec. Sorry, number 2.
Unfortunately for Siya Kolisi, not much
moment,
option for the referee.
Okay, so you listen above horizontal.
Had a little bit of a problem with this in that
Slow down, mate.
good tacklers are going from low to high, and that's naturally what Kolisi does here on Banks.
Time off, please. Matthew.
Yeah, go ahead, mate.
So we are checking, obviously, the tackle by the South Africa captain. He is above horizontal, so we're at foul play. We're just checking sanction level, please.
Yeah, 1 second, mate. We've got the angles lined up now.
Let's watch all the angles, and then we'll have a discussion.
One of these situations, and we saw it with Sam Warburton way back in the 2011 World Cup on Vincent Clerc. When you get lifted in the air like that in a tackle,
Luke,
you try to find
the
ground.
angle which we think is the best, and we're going to freeze it as the contact on the floor.
I'm ready for a discussion, mate, once you've watched all your angles, okay? Thanks, mate. Let's roll that on. I don't want to see it in freeze frame.
Yeah, go on then, go ahead.
So once you're ready, once the camera's back, we can have a discussion. Just watch this one last angle here. Clearly, 6 drives him through the horizontal. And if we play that through, yes, he does land on his arm, but it's also on his side. So we've got foul play. It's a dangerous tackle, but it's a yellow card for me, fellas. Matthew, are you in agreement?
Yeah, that's fine.
Tim, you're a long way from the action, but Kolisi's on his way past you. Did you see that similar yellow card sanction there?
So through, I think you heard me when I was speaking.
I think it's a fair call from the referee and the TMO as well. I think Tom Banks probably saved him from a red card. When it got to about here, I thought, oh, that's dangerous. And Tom Banks just puts his arm, his right and his left arm out, and probably saved Siya Kolisi from a red card. Yellow card's fine.
Important 10 minutes now for the Wallabies. There's the opportunity. Didn't take it last week against the All Blacks when they had a numerical advantage. 10 minutes without the inspirational Springbok captain. Wallabies must convert.
Starts with the line out. It's good from Swinton. Down to Fainga'a. Finds Kerevi off the line out. McDermott for Phillip. Arm wrestles him to the ground. Cooper flat there for Ikitau. Folds round the corner. Vermeulen goes in chasing it. There it is now for McDermott. Phillip. Happy to work big runners in that first channel. Kerevi gets to the outside. Sends it really wide now for Kellaway. Kellaway's in again in the green and gold.
Superb execution from the Wallabies right from the line out, where they identified the gaps off the back. Kerevi led the first surge, phases after phase downfield, and Kerevi it is again. A half break. They may well look at that pass out wide to Kellaway. Enough of a hint of forward probably to investigate, but superb finish from the young man.
Great ball here from Kerevi. Hopefully for the Wallabies, looks backwards out of the hand and floats forward, which means it will be legal, and Kellaway does enough off the outside foot, Tim Horan, to get there for the Wallabies.
Nice read of play, wasn't it, from Samu Kerevi. Saw Faf de Klerk rushing up on him and just went off his right foot and straightened the attack up. Quade Cooper, there was 2 players that came for Quade Cooper, which then created the space out wide for Kerevi to unleash Andrew Kellaway. How many tries is he scoring? 4 so far in 2021.
certainly ramped up for him since he came back, joined the Rebels. Had a great couple of games at the end of Super Rugby Trans-Tasman. Couldn't have anticipated this would be happening several months later.
Cooper, no problems from bang in front. And Australia push it out to a 7-point margin.
Quade Cooper just sitting back in the pocket to give himself a bit more time, and same with Samu Kerevi. Depth is really key against this rush up the fence midfield for the Springboks.
Phillip sails over his hands and falls into the midst of his winger. Marika there to tidy up.
Okay, 9. Use it. 9, come on, let's go.
McDermott shallow with the box kick. Vermeulen, he can't hang on. Gets away from Cooper as well. And that'll be the call, and we'll have
mate, we're always watching
a scrum with Australia up by 7.
Yeah, time off, please. Man's down.
The Wallabies turning the table on the box, putting pressure on with the kicks. A little bit unlucky there. Springboks have been impressive, and it's one of the features of the All Black game is retrieving their own kicks. Variation's one thing, but getting them back from a grubber kick, a chip kick, or the bombs, the more you can do that, the more pressure you can exert behind the defensive line.
Yeah, of course.
The eagle-eyed viewers will spy the 4-6-6-6-4 on the massive right bicep of Eben Etzebeth. That's in reference to Nelson Mandela's prison number in Robben Island, and one of his last statements in 2007. It's in your hands, and his foundation now have said it's in our hands, and the Springboks.
Okay, everybody up.
Obviously a talismanic figure in the nation, but such an influential person in everything South Africa.
Andrew Mertens, you touched on it. Australia have been unable to execute with a one-man advantage in the last couple of hit-outs against the All Blacks. Tonight, Kolisi goes from the field and bang, they push themselves to the front.
Yeah, they probed around the back of the line out where he would normally be positioned and got that initial go forward, which really set them up.
Fine.
Damian de Allende, you can see there at open side on the Springbok scrum.
Okay. Time off. Players down here.
Certainly no small back as de Allende. That's the key there as a back coming in. I don't know, Morgan, if you were ever involved in the scrum. I managed to latch myself onto one with the All Blacks in a test, and I probably did more harm than good, but keeping the props rump in tight to his locks is the key on the side there, yeah?
Yeah, it certainly is. I was a bit over-eager. It happened a lot in France because you always end up with someone in the bin there, and I nearly gave a few free kicks away trying to push too hard. Folau Fainga'a,
Let's go.
He's back up on his feet and looks okay. Dr. Sharon Flahive had a quick look at him, and from this prone position he was able to get to his feet and will remain on the field.
You're already left in it. You're good. Come on now. Crouch. Fine.
Faf de Klerk in no hurry, just going to wind down the clock with Kolisi off the field.
9, use it.
Told to use now. I'll keep it tight. Pollard crashes it forward. McDermott down low, stop him. Goes through the hands of almost the entire Springboks front row. Now they circle back and secure. Enables de Klerk to send it down towards Koroibete. He's beaten a couple. Nkosi comes back and gets him with a second attempt. Penalty South Africa. Touch isolated. And in they went to snap it back.
He's been close a few times, Duane Vermeulen, Mertz. Marika Koroibete bouncing around off the left footstep, and Nkosi comes again to get him eventually, and Vermeulen bangs straight over the ball.
Geez, hard to get hold of. You saw there Lood de Jager getting wrong-footed by Koroibete and ending up succumbing to the sniper's bullet. Not the first, won't be the last either. So much at the heart of Australian go-forwarders, Marika Koroibete.
It's impressive how South Africa have been able to manage time down to 14 men since conceding that try. Lots of minutes and seconds burnt at scrum time. Forwards whacking away. De Klerk kicks, and now pressure into a penalty from without the ball.
Pollard from 46 out on the angle. It's wide right.
Not by much that missed, but partly good result from the exercise. 60 seconds chewed up while Kolisi's there, and the Springboks still deep in Australian territory.
Cooper, along with the 22 restart. Down towards Pollard. Chooses the air over Vermeulen. Comes through and very nearly snaps it back. Is it forward? No, it's play on. Kerevi looking to keep it alive, and
2 knock-ons. First from South Africa.
Double knock-on. First against the South Africans, in Australia will feed the scrum.
Right. Okay, let's form up then. Let's form up. You two, you're causing me problems. 2 scrums, both on the floor. Stronger back, please. Don't come down on him. Stay up.
A few minutes to go.
Let's keep the
with a
scrums
numerical
in the air.
advantage. Tim Horan, do you think the Wallabies need to chance their arm here with this left-hand scrum?
I think Morgs has just got to stay patient, because what the Springboks are doing, they're kicking so much ball away, and in the end, if Handré Pollard and Faf de Klerk keep kicking ball away, Wallabies just maintain a bit of possession. Because the Springboks, for mine, they can't get themselves into the game because they're kicking so much ball away at the moment.
McDermott goes short side, and he's collared hard by Faf de Klerk. Great little battle that between the 2 blonde scrum halves. Equally tenacious. McDermott. Away for Swinton. And again, issues at the breakdown. Issues
stopping the contest with number 8.
Clearing
5,
out.
Stealing.
And this was something that really hampered them last week in Perth against the All Blacks.
Yes, and you've got to say, it's not limited to Australia. Most teams go very close to this sort of activity every single ruck. There in support. Hasn't really changed the outcome there. Matt Phillip being there protected the ball anyway. But it's one of the reasons why the Boks at times prefer to kick the ball rather than leave themselves open to that sort of pedantic penalty.
Mbonambi with the throw. Scrappy at the back. No, Australia have gone early with a push. And the penalty goes to South Africa.
It's down to nanoseconds, isn't it there, Tim Horan? When you don't want to let this huge pack get set and get them all going.
That's a good decision from the Springboks, though, Mertz, just to go into the corner rather than go for 3 points. Start to squeeze the Wallabies in their own 22-metre line.
Just hold him there, Geordie. Just stand in front of him.
Captain is back. Kolisi sends Mostert away with the call.
Hold the 10. South Africa, hold the 10.
Mbonambi to the Jager, and again Australia go early with the push. So penalty advantage here for the Springboks. De Klerk peels away with it, then pops in behind, looking for de Allende. It'll sit up for Lukhanyo Am. Has he got it down?
Give me a chance. Just give me a chance.
Well, it looked like he had, but Tate McDermott, what an effort. He ruined the chance for de Allende. Has he done it for Lukhanyo Am as well?
Who's that, sorry?
Deft little rubber kick from Faf de Klerk.
On field is no try. I've got no vision of the ball grounded, mate. We're under advantage for the line out. Just make sure he hasn't scored here, please.
Luke, we're going to show you that the player lost control of the ball and doesn't ground the ball. Yep, okay, so the first one is just...
Show me that quick replay.
Here it comes now. He's lost control.
Thank you.
That's clear separation to go back to the line-out penalty.
No try. Just give me a second. It's no try. Let's go.
It might not be George Gregan on Jeff Wilson, but that's a huge play from Tate McDermott. Penalty advantage for the Maul and de Klerk. The dab in behind to bounce on the gods.
The next one will go.
For Harmony can't convert. Tate McDermott.
Yes, an incredible effort. South Africans might be asking, is he allowed to participate when he's on the ground?
Or you can have the
rugby laws have always said when you're on the ground you're out of play, but he did enough heroic efforts in his own in goal.
I think Arm could believe how good the bounce was. In the in goal was an absolute gift.
He didn't need to. It's a line out offence.
Mbonambi. Throwing has been good, so it remains. Australia better with the timing on this occasion. South Africa working it hard to the left. Fresh penalty advantage here for Faf de Klerk to work with. Kolisi comes short side. De Klerk doing some demo work in tight. Penalty, South Africa. And we've got a yellow card coming. Matty Phillip is gone for 10.
Hang on, mate. No, there's no... collapsing them all. No quick, thank you. No quick. It's a yellow card.
Yes, they've been playing right to the edge in the last 5 minutes, the Wallabies, at the breakdown in the line-outs.
Time off.
Finally, Luke Pearce has had enough, probably quite rightly. There's Matt Phillip in the middle there.
Can we just get me an angle, please, from when that Maul starts going forward and see if it's a penalty try or just a penalty?
Yeah, one second.
I want to see if the action by number 5 would have prevented a probable try.
Yeah, Phillip is the one that collapses, and that's the only thing stopping the South Africans with that momentum from scoring a try.
Okay, so let's talk this through.
It's fair to talk about double
line
jeopardy.
Out and the formation is legal, that's no problem. The Maul forms. And then as we get the go forward from South Africa here, number 5, who is legal at the moment, then he takes it to ground. At the moment, guys, there's too much doubt to say whether a definite try would have been scored here, because there's a lot of bodies, the ball's not at the front. I'm just on penalty at the moment, unless you are, Damo. Thanks. Jordy happy? Matthew happy?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think they got... You can't clearly see the ball, or can't... there's lots of other legal players.
I'm not convinced that the try would have probably been scored, so it's just a penalty in yellow, yeah.
Well, I think that's
Mike,
good officiating.
Please. Thank you.
You might not be able to say it would have been scored from looking at that action. However, you'd have to say the Boxer, fairly good chance of scoring from that position. For non-traditional rugby viewers, of course, once the maul's set, the only way to stop a team from advancing is to keep it up and to drive them back, rather than dead waiting to bring it down, as Matt Phillip did.
Over 15.
Can the visitors convert their one-man advantage? Mbonambi at the back, the men up front going to work. Surely, yes, it's good for the Box.
And that is why the maul is such a destructive weapon, particularly in the armoury of a team as strong as South Africa. If you get it set and you get some momentum going forward, it is almost impossible to legally stop, particularly when you're down a man, as Australia are at the moment. They took their time to make sure of it. They do not want to lose control, South Africa, by going forward too fast. Mbonambi at the back, diligently guiding the process, and he is the beneficiary.
Yeah, their kicking game gets them down this end of the field. The maul has cumulative benefit to make it 15 on 14, and that also directly results in a try to South Africa, Tim Horan.
Yeah, it just shows the good decision. I know Siya Kolisi was just about to come back on the field, but Handré Pollard decided just before his skipper came back on, let's go for touch. Reward.
The additional 2 are waved away, and Australia hangs onto that narrow lead after the try to Bongi Mbonambi. I'll tell you what, it's nice to have a fresh voice on the refereeing front for us down in this part of the world, Andrew Mertens. He's done an excellent job communicating thus far.
Yes, and they are looking younger and younger, the referees, and more athletic too. That's no disrespect to the referees from our day, of course. Well, it is, of course. But they're real athletes, aren't they?
No more calling the try from back on halfway. Yeah, that was fair.
Vermeulen with the take. 2 blokes made of granite collide there. Koroibete, Vermeulen. De Klerk towards Banks, who's been busy under the high ball. Done a good job so far. McDermott. He come around the corner too quick. Cooper mixing it up again, too deep this time. The chip in behind, and we'll come back for the penalty.
Real clear tactic from that man, Quade Cooper, to try and put the box back on their heels. Tim Hoare and Tate McDermott getting the ball into Quade Cooper's hands early.
Never onside.
Yeah, it's just an option for Quade Cooper in behind. He needs to obviously have 2 or 3 chases outside. That stage, they didn't look like. I reckon Quade's saying to his outside backs, to Ikitau and to also to Samu Kerevi, this is the play, this is what we've got to get in behind that defensive line. I think they've got to start using the ball now, the Wallabies. They need to keep the ball in play. They haven't had a lot of in this first half, and that'll come down to Quade Cooper, giving Samu Kerevi a bit more front foot ball.
So this would be a massive achievement to score points, to score a try. 1 man short. They may look to fake perhaps a bit of a maul, suck the South African forwards in and then get rid of it. I don't think they're going to get much traction with 7 forwards up against these brutes.
South Africa.
Fainga'a to the front. Swinton down to Hooper. McDermott. Koroibete hammering onto it. 6 away. He picks and goes again himself. Creeping closer. Swinton just loses his feet pre-contact. Still with Australia though. Bell. McDermott. Cooper. Flight for Kerevi, looking to get to the outside. He squirts it out the back. Still here for McDermott. Got the advantage to come as well. Cooper, deeper for Kellaway. Australia's opening try scorer. Cooper again, propping and spinning into contact. Gets it away for Swinton. The phases build. Bell, short for Valetini.
There's no advantage, that was holding. Let me give you the mark first. Back we come. Offside.
There's the call from referee Pearce. It's right in front if they want it.
I think 3 points is a definite here. You've got to take it. Soaks up another minute.
Post goal.
This should be a gimme. His first kick wasn't quite a gimme, even though straight in front, but this one you'd hope is. Marika Koroibete again, just let the ball go and picked it up himself. Just a couple of times being guilty of not clearing that ball as quickly. It's not Tate McDermott, but he needs voice from outside him. And maybe some better options at times with the forwards interplay. Easy to say from looking at these angles and sitting above the action, but it's the decision-making process. There are opportunities there for the Wallabies.
Cooper. Perfect from the tee tonight. Put another 3 next to his name. And Australia extend that lead. It's out to 5.
Must be interesting for the Springboks as we see Matty Phillip on the sideline. 3.5 minutes left for playing in front of the crowd for the first time since Rugby World Cup final. A couple of their players have played in Europe in front of crowds, but never in a test time.
Ikitau loading up and releasing that booming left foot down that near touchline. It is a great hit across the paint.
Well, it's a great little trump card to have Len Ikitau over on the left-hand side of the field, and he can go bang with that left boot. Tim Horan efficiently out of their zone. The Wallabies straight away after scoring points.
It's good options, isn't it, to have Quade Cooper right foot and then your Ikitau on the left. Much longer kicking game than people realise, Len Ikitau.
Mbonambi, Australia up in front and get their hands on it. Great steal. Koroibete will be the man who kicks away. Very kick off the boot from Marika.
No, he ran into him, play on.
le Roux sending it high, Banks again. Hugs it deep. le Roux calls the mark and will just slow it down for a tick.
Lachlan Swinton, I think, was the man there who got in and fought in the air for that ball in the line-out. Bonus possession. Perhaps a little bit surprising to see Marika put boot to ball. That sort of bonus position, but he was well behind his support players. There's a quick line-out's taken by the Wallabies.
Here's Cooper. Finds Koroibete. Back towards his support runners. Rodda with the clean-out. McDermott. Oh, they overrun it outside in, and after all that, McDermott found a green jersey instead of a gold one. le Roux, Pollard, de Allende for Kolisi, centre touch. Australia just bringing the crowd into the game more and more. The matches have been shot dead inside the first half against the All Blacks, the last 3 test matches, but looking more promising on the Gold Coast, Andrew Mertens.
Yes, and Tate McDermott's been central to a lot of forward momentum. As we see here, another good shot from Lachlan Swinton. He's getting through his work. Got a heck of a hit on Duane Vermeulen early on. That line-out steal a couple of minutes ago as well.
Swinton at the front. And this will help relieve a bit of pressure. Great to have you with us watching on Channel 9's Wide World of Sports. And if you want more of the Rugby Championship, it's as easy as heading to stan.com.au/sport. New Zealand v Argentina, Australia v the Springboks, and then just around the corner, Morgs, Box v All Blacks.
Well, that's the mouth-watering clash that everyone's been waiting for. The heavyweight title match between the world champions and the in-form All Blacks, who easily accounted for Argentina earlier this afternoon. Gee, you'd love to be a Queenslander during this Rugby Championship. If you can't be, well, you can see every second of it on the Stan Sport Network.
And apologies to anyone who was anticipating and watching it on the Stan Sport platform later on. Worth watching anyway. Some good action in the early game on the Gold Coast.
Is that the old, if you don't want to know the score, turn away now?
Look away now.
Straight up for the ball, please, not across.
Fainga'a. And Swinton has been money at the front. Hooper in there away from McDermott. Kerevi shuffling for Valetini. Good run from Rob. McDermott dumbing, finally having a little snipe around the fringes. Hooper's there now. Scrum half goes backwards, now heads off in the right direction for Valetini. 6 out, Alaalatoa quick for Bell, in turn to Cooper. Kerevi trying to get away for Koroibete. There's room in behind for Marika. He goes to Bell. Lovely handling this from Australia. Now Bell settles it.
Let's go, boys.
Fill it. They're asking really good questions here, Australia. Cooper under the shadows of the poles. Kerevi.
Okay, hands away.
Banks in there at the base of the ruck.
Don't push it into him.
Feeds it back well. McDermott has Cooper, deep. Nothing doing there, and he's smacked by Kolisi and Am. Valetini, who's helped set Australia into this field position. McDermott switching for Banks. Now for Alaalatoa, can't hang on. And as we've seen time and time again, the box defence comes up huge.
Boy forwards, those gloves!
Plenty of good play from the Wallabies. Just unfortunate, a big hit from De Jager at the end. Alaalatoa unable to control the ball, but work from Michael Hooper.
Who's down, guys?
Disappointment for Dave Rennie, but some really good play, putting the acid on the Springbok defence. Matt Phillip running into gaps as well. The continuity, Michael Hooper
Please don't take it in your own hands.
benefiting from no one being around him and doing it himself.
Thank you.
In the Stan Sport pre-show, Justin Harrison mentioned the word build. And that's exactly what the Wallabies are trying to do there. 22-metre entry is a great opportunity to accumulate points. They want to drop their turnovers and handling errors and make sure that possession is precious when they have it, the Wallabies, and convert that into points. Very encouraging signs. The one key thing is that when they don't have dominant carries, when they lose ground against this Springboks team, the Springboks still fold really hard, Mertz. The Wallabies don't need to chase them that way. They can bounce back and play smart.
Yeah, they just probably need a bit more voice, don't they? There are opportunities there, just the confidence and I guess the cohesion, just to, you know, trust the calls from one another, to be looking ahead. I talked about Lachlan Swinton before. Gee, made another big clean out there as well. He's putting some bruises in.
Crouch! Fine. Set!
Right here from Australia, and they get a collect. Thought it was going the other way. Look, Pearce threw his arm up and has given Australia the penalty right in front, right on half-time.
Big moment, huge moment, psychological blow for the Wallaby forward pack. That's unexpected on the stroke of half-time. Pressure, 8-man shove through the middle and earning a huge penalty. Tim Horan and the opportunity to score 3 points just on half-time.
What work from Angus Bell. Loose head prop, Frans Malherbe stood up, and that's what the penalty was given for. Kitshoff on the other side. Mbonambi. That's huge for the Wallabies right on half-time. Another sitter for Quade Cooper to go into the sheds with.
Might have almost surprised the Springboks, do you think? Feeling they've got the measure in the scrum. Certainly will have been a surprise for South Africans tucking into their breakfast steak over there in a different time zone. Angus Bell looked like the call was about to buckle, but just the strength to keep himself straight, get under Malherbe, that doesn't happen very often.
Cooper knocks it through, and for the first time in 2021, Australia are ahead at the break.
Yeah, terrific performance from the Wallabies in that first 40 on the Gold Coast against the reigning world champions. And Matt Phillip joining us now on Stan Sport. Hey, Matty, terrific performance in that first half. What about the scrum win just before half-time?
Yeah, that's a huge energy giver for us. Just before going to half-time, front row really stood up against the box there.
What's really working for you, Matt? I don't want to keep you for too long, but something seems to have changed. What did you make of that first 40?
Look, we stood up physically, but I don't want to say too much yet. We still got 40 minutes to go, and that's what we spoke about, doing that 80-minute performance. We've been good for 40 minutes in other games. Now we need to do it for 80.
Good on you, Matt. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, Matt Phillip, he actually spent 10 minutes in the bin in that first half, but had a terrific first 40. Sarah Nagama, Drew Mitchell, he's right, 80 minutes, and we haven't really seen an 80-minute performance from the Wallabies this year, but a lot to like at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the job's half done. I like that that's the approach that he's taking it going into the half-time break. But the Wallaby forwards have really stood up. It's allowed the likes of Quade Cooper to pull the strings, kick when the kicks have been on, but also pull the trigger at the back and play that expansive style as well. So far, there's a lot to like about this Wallaby performance.
What have you liked most?
I really enjoyed their set piece. I think Folau Fainga'a, his throws are really on point today, and he's really setting a really good platform for them. There's a high success rate also in the line-outs one, so I think if they stick to their set piece and stick to the basics, I think we're in for a thriller second half.
And asking questions in attack, and as an old winger, well, not too old, you would have been...
Former winger.
Former winger.
Yeah.
You'd be happy to see the questions that Marika Koroibete's asking.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, you get opportunities as a winger and outside back to go around sniping if the platform's laid up front. And that's exactly what the Wallabies are doing at the moment. They're really taking it to this Springbok side. And we always know, look, the one thing Marika's going to give you is effort. Every single time he pulls on any jersey, let alone the gold jersey, he's going to give you effort. And at some point, at the moment, he's asking questions. At some point, he's going to find himself in space because, as we know so often, he just goes looking for work.
Yeah, definitely. I think every time a kick's been put in, Marika's definitely one of the first arriving players, and it shows a real sense of urgency, and I think that's really important, particularly in this second half, is that if they want to turn attacking opportunities into points, they need to be at the right place at the right time, and Marika's absolutely doing that.
A lot to like, and a few things to fix up as well for the Wallabies. We'll talk about all of that over the next 10 minutes or so, but let's just stop down for a moment because this is the second game of what has been an immense doubleheader so far on the Gold Coast this afternoon. Speaking of immense, New Zealand were exactly that against Argentina. It was 22-0 at half-time. It was 39-0 by full-time, and they continue to roll on, despite the fact that Argentina actually defended really well for big parts of this game.
Yeah, they did. It was a huge shift from the Argentinians, but we know that New Zealand are a top side and they just starve them of the ball. And when you starve people of the ball and you put points, then you really make the opposition question themselves and probably lose a little bit of confidence. It was really unfortunate that the Argentinians weren't able to put any points to the board. I don't know how you turn that performance around, but perhaps, Drew, you could probably speak to this because you called this game.
Yeah, well, look, the All Blacks took a little bit of time to find their rhythm, but eventually, 3 minutes before half-time, the All Blacks scored 2 tries before going into the half-time break. That was where it really broke the spirit of the Argentinians. 356 run metres in the first half to the All Blacks, 88 to Argentina. So all they did was defend.
All right, don't go anywhere. It's half-time of the Gold Coast, Australia and South Africa. We'll continue to break it down for you. Ros Kelly standing by with Sonny Bill Williams.
In the build-up to this game, the buzzword out of Wallabies camp was brutal. They wanted the forward pack to be brutal against the might of the Springboks, and they are walking the talk on the Gold Coast against the world champions, taking an 8-point lead into the break. Now, Sonny Bill Williams is here with his Isuzu key moment thanks to the MUX. Sonny, pre-game we spoke about the influence of Springboks captain Siya Kolisi. Unfortunately, he spent 10 minutes watching this first half from the sideline, and Australia capitalised.
Yeah, a couple of key moments here. The first one, Kolisi, such a physical dominant force in games. He just got this wrong. Tried to physically, assert himself without the ball. In this instance, he got the wrong. There was no malice in it. He got what he deserved. 10 minutes off the field. He came back. Let's move on. Unfortunately for Kolisi and the Africans, when he was off, this happened. My good mate Quade Cooper working his magic, threw backboard down to Kerevi, who's had an outstanding half. And then, the magic of Kellaway doing his thing. He's had a tremendous start to his Test career. But what I love about this is, in the face, in that heat, South Africa are bringing massive line speed. So Quade, what he's done, he's taken a couple of steps back. Kerevi's done the same thing. And it's just freed up a bit of space just to see and play a bit more. And they came up trumps that time.
Kellaway, 4 tries to his name, not a bad start to his Test career. Our resident winger, Drew Mitchell, he will break down that try in further detail coming up on Stan. Nick.
Yeah, nice stuff, Ros. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sonny. Let's put it all into perspective. I mean, and Matt Phillips said it. We're halfway through an 80-minute game of rugby, but at the same time, this is happening against the South Africans, who are the world champions. They've only lost 2 Test matches since the start of 2019. There's even, at the halfway mark, just a little bit to celebrate. We spoke to Matt Phillip. Now, he was involved in an incident as well. He was yellow carded, which also led to a South African try.
Yeah, one thing the Wallabies can't do is give away too many penalties in their own half, and that's just going to allow this set piece to come into play. the Springboks were just kept putting the Wallabies under pressure. And initially, Matt Phillip was in the right position, but it was when he brought that driving maul down was when he infringed, and straight off the back of that, Sarah, they go to it again, and it didn't take long for Mbonambi to go across for the Springboks.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's one thing that you want to do, and I almost don't know if the Wallabies, particularly their full pack, if they want to stay on the ground when the line-out's happening, because, you know, we obviously know that they're really strong pack, so would you rather have more bodies on the ground to stop that force of that momentum heading towards the white line? Not sure, but you know what, there's a huge shift that the boys need to put in order to keep the Springboks out, and hopefully we're sitting here at the end of the game saying that they beat the current world champs.
Yep, 40 minutes to go on the Gold Coast. Can't wait for that. Let's head there right now. Tim Horan and David Campese. And, well, Timmy, the headline act tonight was always going to be Quade Cooper. What have you made of his first 40? Back in a Wallaby jersey.
He's been good, Nick. I was talking to Campo a couple of minutes ago about how he had to underplay his game that first 10 or 15 minutes because he's got so many good players around him. Whether you got, you know, Samu Kerevi, you got Tate McDermott also inside you as well. So, Campo, what have you made of Quade's performance in that first 40?
Yeah, I think what you said was right. If he underplays his game a bit, he does really well. There's not as much pressure. But the thing I've noticed is actually calmed the guys down. You know, when he gets the ball, everyone's waiting for something. Kerevi's actually a really good fit for him as well, and McDermott as well. Just wait for the second half, McDermott, because now Quade's the way he is. McDermott will snipe a bit more, which will be really good.
What I've liked about Quade, actually, he hasn't thrown any long cut-out passes. When it hasn't been on out wide, he turns the ball back inside and finds some forward runners.
Yeah, he's got Koroibete as well, who's always sniffing around, and in the second half, you'll just watch him hang inside Quade. It's a great dummy there and outside to Kerevi, so it's a good couple of moves there.
Yeah, looking forward to the second half. Can't wait for it, Quade Cooper. Take your time the first 10 minutes. The Wallabies could get their first win.
Certainly hope so. Tim, a long way to go yet. There's no doubt about that. Sarah, you talk about tens being game managers. It's like he is actually managing the game out there. He's shuffling the pieces on the board.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing I've noted about him is that he's so calm, cool and collected. And I think that when your 10 is in so much control, it gives everyone around you so much more confidence. So I think that he's really working the Wallabies the way that he wants them to, and perhaps to their game plan as well.
Really interesting to see what happens too with the benches here, because you look at the South African bench and it is world class. So they're going to get plenty of punch. It's going to come down with how much punch they get off their bench. We're only minutes away from a start the second half on the Gold Coast. Stan is your home of the Rugby Championship. Every moment of every game. It's also your destination for great drama. Brand new episodes of Billions streaming now only on Stan.
You love the game. The chance to take someone else's power for yourself. You can't deny that would feel good.
Godly.
You got hurt, we hurt back.
Oh.
You say we're partners, then trust me.
Can we trust anybody?
I can't lie, man, it's time.
What do you want us to do?
Light his ass up, Joan of Arc style.
This is when the fun starts for me.
Yeah, I'm godly. They be waiting for the...
Wallabies winger Andrew Kellaway has scored 4 tries in his short test career. Let's have a look at his latest in the 17th minute against the world champion Springboks, which gave Australia a 5-point lead. Drew?
Yeah, look, it's great finishing from Andrew Kellaway. He was a beneficiary of some really good shape in the lead up to it. I just want to quickly highlight Quade Cooper and Samu Kerevi just directing and calling the shots whilst they've got a couple of options in Swinton and Bell outside them. So straight away as well, I want you to look at Faf de Klerk and Mapimpi. They'll come up with plenty of line speed, but I'm going to call it that Faf de Klerk wasn't actually committed to the tackle on Samu Kerevi. It was more about trying to spook him, which allowed Samu, with good footwork and heads-up footy, to just get out of that situation and free him up and find himself behind the defensive line in some space. So just watch it play through. Just watching Faf de Klerk here spooks Samu Kerevi. Wasn't really committed to that tackle. And then on the outside, we've got a couple of players here for the Wallabies again. We've got Folau Fainga'a and also Kellaway. Of course, Samu wants to get the ball to the fast man on the edge in Kellaway. But the one thing as well, which I'd like you to look at, is all the gold jerseys, which we haven't seen in the games against the All Blacks of recent times when there's a line break made. The intent to get there first and finish off these opportunities and convert them to points. So we play it through. Great pass from Samu, but look at the gold jerseys. All hands up, all in a position. Kellaway didn't need them, but it's great intent from the Wallabies to finish off any opportunities that they're creating.
Loved how he claimed it too. Australia leading 19-11 at halftime. They'll need a big second half of that to secure their first win of the Rugby Championship in 2021, Nick.
Thank you very much, Roz. Sonny, I'm just wondering, the mood inside a dressing room right now when the Wallabies have, well, it's probably close to the best 40 minutes they've played all year. Are they actively trying to keep a lid on things right now? What's that conversation sound like?
I think so. I think they've earned the right to be confident after that half of footy. You could see the excitement and how pumped Matt Phillip was going into half-time. But like any good side, wanting to achieve greatness, wanting to achieve something special, and that's what they're trying to do today. We've got to remember they're up against the world's best. You got to have that commitment and that pride and understand what you're trying to do. And Matt Phillip hit the nail on the head when he done that halftime interview there, bro.
It's an 80-minute game, there is no doubt about that. Let's head inside that Wallaby dressing room right now. Assistant coach Matt Taylor joining us. Matty, we're just speculating what might have been said in those rooms. Can you take us in there and tell us exactly what was said?
Yeah, listen, we're probably focusing on three things in the second half, just ensuring we're playing the right areas of the field and taking that kick space. We've got to win races when we take it into contact because they're pretty good over the ball. And lastly, we've got to be very disciplined. We can't give them access into our half with back-to-back penalties. So they're the three key points that we focused on.
We've talked a lot about the last three games against the All Blacks and about what's gone wrong, what hasn't worked. On the flip side, what are you most pleased about at this point in the game?
Well, listen, we knew it would be an arm wrestle with these guys. We knew they're going to kick us the ball a lot. I think our up-tempo game and when we've held onto the ball for a number of phases has caused some problems. So we've just got to continue that in the second half, back ourselves when we're in there, the 22, and then when we're in our own half, make sure that we're kicking to space and playing in the right areas of the field.
Good on you, Matt. Thanks for joining us and best wishes for the next 40.
Thanks, guys.
It's Matt Taylor, and we really do appreciate that access into the hearts of Australian rugby right now. They're up and about, aren't they? They are very keen to get out there, get stuck into the world champions for a second 40. What's going through their mind right now? This wasn't meant to happen. It's happening on the Gold Coast. Stay with us. You're watching Stan Sport. The second half from the Gold Coast is next.
Here we go. Kerevi gets to the outside, sends it really wide now for Kellaway. Kellaway's in again in the green and gold. Mbonambi at the back. The men up front going to work. Surely, yes, it's good for the Boks. Welcome back to our coverage from Sbu Stadium on the Gold Coast. This round 3 of the 2021 Rugby Championship, and at drinks, Australia lead the reigning world champions, 19 points to 11. First half had a little bit of everything. Yellow cards for Siya Kolisi and Matty Phillip. Just the couple of tries, and Quade Cooper strong with the boot, Andrew Mertens.
Yes, and Australia really just needs to stay in the fight, take the points when they can. See Nick White already on for Tate McDermott, so look for him to take a really assertive role around that breakdown area as well. But as I say, the Australians just need to keep the points ticking over and keep that scoreboard pressure on the Boks, who have looked a little bit rusty. Not trying to make excuses for them, but coming off that Lions series, used the expanded squad against Argentina, so perhaps explains a little bit of lack of cohesion, but they will certainly have had the message at half-time.
Yes, they would have, but they're not world champions for nothing. They know how to get back in the game. They're not used to chasing games too often, but they have a game that gets them down the right ends of the field.
Pollard is a man to restart us. Clean take from Matt Phillip, who looks to basketball pop it out of contact. Risky play. White's in there now with his knees on the ground. South Africa caught out of the tackle.
He has released it.
Quade Cooper goes in at the base. They're up. Away for Swinton, who was excellent in that first half. He loses it this time, though. Spits out the side somehow for South Africa. And Pollard goes on the attack, switching late for Am. He can't hang on. Hooper up for Kerevi.
2 knock-ons.
Luke Pearce.
First by South Africa, then by
He's
Australia.
been on top of every little thing
6
tonight.
and 2 threes,
Calls
I
knock
reckon.
on.
I think
Tim
you could let
Horan.
you go earlier, and I think he could let you go earlier. That's why we played on.
This has forced the Springboks to actually play a little bit.
Hey, boys.
It's going to be interesting to see how long they employ their same tactics. High balls from Pollard and Klerk. At some stage, you're going to have to get your centres in the match. Tate McDermott, nice around his right knee.
Yeah, Tate McDermott off with a cork in his lower right leg there, ice straight away. Nick White, not a bad replacement, excellent off the bench last week. The experience of Nick White, yes, Tate's busy around the ruck and challenging, but Nick White can lead a team around the park, Mertz.
Certainly can, and can I hopefully empathise with Tate McDermott. Be off with a cork myself after the game. Celebrate a big day of footy.
Bent in half, number 1.
And hear the explanation there from referee Pearce. The penalty going against Angus Bell. And the chance now for Pollard to wipe free from the deficit after they conceded right on half-time. There's another look.
Yeah, they would have been stung by that scrum where the Wallabies pushed them off their own ball. Springboks there. So I don't think they'll let the Wallabies away with a slightly soft one again in the match.
Pollard hits the upright. Down it comes, it sits up for Fainga'a. Here's Bell. Bell away for Swinton. Risky from the Wallabies from deep inside their red zone. Kerevi into Kellaway.
Advantage now over.
The Endeavour gets them clear of that danger zone, and now Cooper just goes whack right up the seam. Down to Vermeulen. He'll be happy to charge it back. Picks out Ikitau, who hangs on well down low. Hooper over the top. De Jager. Ball was out, that was the call, and now the late call against Australia.
I'll explain, Mike.
They get penalised. Here comes the explanation.
Arms down, please. Arms down, please.
I'm looking forward to it myself because a lot of these breakdowns have been pretty inaccurate and inconsistent too.
Thank you.
And that's understandable too. Those jerseys are pretty tight. All help that players can get to loosen them up a little bit is really welcome.
Let me explain first.
I'll get it.
The ball is out, but they can't hit a player who hasn't picked the ball up. So they took number 9 out. Wait till he lifts the ball up.
Well, if the ball's out and Faf de Klerk has got his hands on it, I thought in the old currency, well, that's fair game.
Yeah, that's fair. If that ball's still in there, the 9 has to clear it from the ruck first before you can advance. But if that ball is out, hands on, is taking possession. An important one there for the Springboks.
Mbonambi finding it to the middle, brought down by De Jager.
Through the mark.
The Vauxhall try scorer has it tucked under the wing at the back. Happy to creep it slowly.
That's 1 stoppage.
Such a feature of their game, and now de Klerk has a little glimpse down that short side. Spins it to de Allende. Australia not rolling away. That'll be the call against Quade Cooper. And you'd suggest
number
Pollard
7 is legal, but number 10's in the road first.
Give me the tee. I'll knock over another 3.
Yeah, unfortunate for that man, Michael Hooper, not used to seeing him in that wide headgear, but Quade Cooper makes the low tackle and doesn't roll away quickly enough to allow a fair contest for the ball. Hooper is fine here, but it's Cooper on the ground that needs to get out of the way. There are infringements everywhere with Springboks players in the side, but as always, referee must look at the tackler first for the game to continue, and that's a fair penalty and could be a costly one for Australia.
Pollard this time round steers it through. 19, plays 14.
Springboks just keep their same game plan, don't they? This is how they beat the British and Irish Lions in their Test series. Really simple game plan. Hit the centres up, wait for opportunities. Handré Pollard takes 3 again.
Time on.
Cooper down towards Vermeulen, who just hangs on. Had Koroibete hammering down on him.
Okay, 9. Use it.
Good handling in the end to Klerk. Etzebeth, the rare carry tonight. Now the penalty swings the other way to the home team.
Number 7.
Yeah, and that's consistent. He's got Mostert for sealing the ball off over the top of Etzebeth, same as he got Australia in the first half.
You know that, but I can't have 2 or 3 players challenging me. If it's clear foul play,
sorry, I apologise.
If it is clear foul play, my mate will come into
Okay,
it.
I'll sort it out. I'm sorry.
Thank you. They will be just, yeah.
Eben Etzebeth gets
Thank you. Just
some
time
work
is
down
off.
low.
I just want to check if there's foul play here. The TMO's come in, okay? Is it a formal review, mate?
Yeah, formal review. We're looking at the actions of goal 6, who I don't believe makes an effort to wrap with his leading shoulder.
So just to be clear, we played a penalty for off feet by number 7. So this is before that, so we discount that.
Yep.
Okay. So is that tackle by number 6, is it?
Yeah, we just need to determine where the contact is. I think number 4 is lowered quite significantly into the contact before, so
that's okay.
One
it
sec.
looks to me at the moment like it's on the side of the body, shoulder, not on the head or neck area.
Onto the shoulder for me, mate. So with the dip, I'm at penalty.
Okay, so let's just play this out then. Last one. Yeah, it's clear no arms tackle, isn't it? So just to be clear, once the footage is finished, mate, quick chat. Clear foul play. There is no effort to wrap an arm. It's just a penalty for me. So the penalty ends up being to South Africa as it's beforehand. Yeah.
Yep, agreed.
It's got to give an arm, mate. It would have been your penalty, but there's no arm on number 7. Sorry, on number 6.
Well, we've seen some of those when you slow it down and you look at it ad nauseum. We see referees talk themselves into more drastic measures. You will take the reversal of the penalty. A dip that late with a target like Eben Etzebeth, it is hard to wrap, but a penalty, the Wallabies will take that and live to fight another day, I would say, Mertz. Yep.
It'll be the same for you, mate, I promise.
Yeah, he doesn't have much argument with that, Lachie Swinton. Just a lack of accuracy, really. He has been good tonight. Just tucking that arm down enough to make it a no-arms tackle, a.k.a. shoulder charge. Big Malcolm Marks, what a figure he cuts.
First throw is a good one. Australia don't compete. De Jager pulls it in.
South Africa towards, okay, to death. Down by South Africa. 9.
De Klerk. Looking for the chase from Nkosi. He's over-clubbed it though. It's out on the fly, and Australia will have the line out.
You don't see that very often, nor should you, because he gets enough practice at it. But a real live wire as well, Faf de Klerk. Can tear a team to shreds when he wants to, but such an accurate left foot box kick that he has. Very, very rare to see that result in that sort of a out on the full.
That one snapped away this time by De Jager. Fainga'a didn't get enough on it. And now it's Pollard going towards Mapimpi. He can't hang on, neither can Banks. And we will have a scrum with 8 gone in the second half.
Some of the accuracy from the box kickers hasn't been probably what we've quite come to expect, particularly after the Lions series.
No, Handré Pollard, I think he just kicks too much ball away, especially when you come up against the side in a couple of weeks' time in Townsville against the All Blacks. You're going to have to play. You're going to have to get your back line into the match. At the moment, he's kicking too much ball away.
Respect that space, please. As long as you're not pre-engaged, I'll be happy.
So Nick White will have the feed. Just the 3 points in this second term, going the way of South Africa.
Bind. Set.
White is pressured by de Klerk with the boot. Cooper away for Kerevi. That combo's working very nicely. Now White quick with the release, looking for the 50-22. Oh, it was sweet off the boot.
22.
And I believe that's our first 50-22 after the new rules were brought in ahead of the Rugby Championship.
Well, there's a trivia question for the future. Who kicked the first 50-22 in international rugby? David Campese mentioned the balance of Kerevi and Cooper working. That was a good example. When in trouble, Quade can just dish to Kerevi. Simple game sometimes.
Line out. Better this time for Australia. White, flat for Kellaway. Kerevi's there to help secure. Fainga'a for Valetini. Growing in confidence with each carry. White, Cooper trying to shift it wide left. Koroibete wanted it. Now they go that direction through Fainga'a. Sits down Nkosi. Mostert there eventually. Mapimpi in there making a mess of it. Swinton calling for it here. Out the back for Cooper. Flat for Alaalatoa. Thought about the offload, hung on late. White. Floating it over the top. It's risky for Kellaway. Back to White. Now for Ikitau. Was that knocked down? There's going to be a bit to unpack
Can you
here.
give me a chance, please? Yes, I agree. Everyone just calm down a second. Not 13 voices screaming it at the same time. Time is off. Matthew. So we've got a penalty advantage for offside back here. I want to see if this is a deliberate knock-on by 15 South Africa, please.
Yep, no problem, Luke.
Offside.
We got this angle first, but we've got a better one to show the potential deliberate knock-on, so just wait.
Yeah, let's get a zoom in angle on that, mate. Give me a chance here. Just give me a chance.
Here it is there,
One more
hands
angle
up.
on
Is
this,
that
please.
enough? Mertz, is it a realistic opportunity to take the ball?
Well, I think, unfortunately, for Willie le Roux these days, that's going to be termed a speculator, which is tantamount to a deliberate knock-on. I'm old school. I think it's got to be a clear knock-on.
You want to see a
for
wide
it to,
angle?
a clear attempted knock-on, and I don't think that is. But I think these days,
Yep.
he's possibly going to be in trouble.
Yeah, we'll come back to you now.
Okay. So to be clear, we are seeing this as a deliberate knock-on action. He's taken the risk, he's gone with one arm, and he hasn't regathered the ball, so we're seeing this as deliberate. From the wide angle, there is covering behind, so at the moment I'm just yellow card and nothing more like a penalty try, but just show me that one wide angle again, please.
Yeah, it's coming now.
Thank you.
They're just making sure this isn't a penalty try in the backfield, and there is cover coming across. Mapimpi's enough of a presence coming around the back to mean that Len Ikitau.
Yeah. So
Okay, Luke, there, yeah, you've clearly got the winger coming across as well as the 2 second rows, but number 15.
Thank you. So. Option of 2
third yellow
penalties.
card for the night. This time around, it's
Here.
Willie le Roux
Or back in midfield.
name that goes
10 metres back in.
with
For
10
an
minutes
offside offence,
against him from the
You want to get
field.
this one? Just can we get the placement of the offside, please, Damo?
Well, Tim Horan, is it a scrum? Is it points? What
I
do you
reckon
do?
hard done by
So
there,
offside,
Tim Horan.
Then a deliberate knock-on.
Yeah, I think that I'm the same with Mertz as well. Like, if you catch that, if Willie le Roux catches that, he's away. They would have got him, but his hand was up. I think that, you know, I understand the new laws, but I think, but here, Quade Cooper, yeah, you've got to take 3 points right in front of the post. If it was a wider, I'm happy to go to touch, but at the moment, Wallabies got to keep this scoreboard pressure going on the Springboks. Springboks not playing anything at all, kicking far too much away. 5 from 5 from Quade Cooper.
My problem with it is deliberate knock-on automatically implies intent. Now, a lot of those speculators, these talented players, they're trying to just knock the ball up in the air, give themselves a chance to regather.
Post 80 minutes in the game preceding this, Rico Ioane had a similar situation, got the hands up, no yellow card, just a penalty. Almost identical, cover heading across, so decision split on that front. It matters not though. Le Roux is off the field and Quade Cooper puts another penalty goal on the board for the Wallabies. It's 22-14, and don't forget, UEFA Champions League kicks off Wednesday. Stan Sport is the only place to catch it, and superstars Morgan Turunui across the board.
Well, it's an early start, 4:35 a.m. for Barca at the Camp Nou against Bayern Munich, the Bundesliga champions. There's two Group E heavyweights straight up on Stan Sport.
Stan.com.au/sport is how you can get your eyes on that first thing Wednesday morning. Phillip here, taking it, feeding it back for White. Now for Swinton, who loses it on the floor again. That's twice now. Swinton's been unable to hang on in that part of the field. Fainga'a going low. Didn't look to be any arms in that tackle. It's play on for the moment. Visa. A couple of changes being brought here via the South Africans, via Jacques Minabar. Ikitau goes front on and goes crack. Still with Koch. De Klerk. Kolisi. Again, Fainga'a not using his arms, and again, no sanction. De Klerk. Kitshoff. Defence good for the moment from the home side. De Klerk. Deeper for Marks. Hooper over the top, holds his form over the ball and wins the penalty.
Reward for a great defensive set, and it's the captain who is rewarded. Omnipresent at the breakdown when the work needs to be done. Hands on the ground there is an important picture for referee. Could have pinged Hooper, but it's almost a reward for the multi-phase efficient defence. Referee starts to look for those opportunities to reward a defending side, and he finds one there for the Wallabies captain, Michael Hooper.
Yeah, he hasn't had a chance to get many of those tonight. Very rare that he'll get through a game without getting several, but I also think it went back to a great tackle on Steven Kitshoff a couple of phases earlier, which just set the Australian defence up, able to come forward a little bit more.
Just hold on for 2 secs. Just let him leave the field.
One thing
done for the night.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. One of the things that the South African staff have been able to do is replace even an inspirational leader like Kolisi. When he's spent, he comes off, and it's, you know, it's a great example of the, I guess, the team unity of the Springbok side.
Vermeulen off as well. His return, he was always going to run short of minutes, but Kolisi with the bin only played 44 minutes. I suppose when you have a back row laden bench, you can go to it early, and they must also have eyes on the All Blacks to come in the coming weeks. Need to spread the work along their squad.
Time is on. 9, stay 10.
Fainga'a to Swinton, just carries the 5. Hooper for White, on to Valetini. Cooper deep in the pocket, punches it low towards the sticks, gets good weight on. Nkosi, Mapimpi says, send it up the park, I'll give chase. Kerevi knocks it back, does he? He's lost forward. Swinton was in front.
Yeah, if he's clearly in front, it will be a penalty, but it's not at the moment.
And it will be a South African scrum.
Yeah. If I see clearly on the replay that he's in front, it'll be a penalty.
He's in front.
Okay, he's in front, it's a penalty.
And Tim Horan, an important replacement for the Wallabies.
It's a penalty, he's in front of the knock-on.
The crowd's roared because on comes Taniela Tupou. So a great opportunity for him to try and disrupt the Springboks at scrum time. Taniela Tupou on. Not only at set piece, but also use his running game to get around the park. So great knock from Allan Alaalatoa.
It was a scrum, but it's obviously in front, so it's a penalty.
Daniel Tupou on, and Luke Pearce has just upped that infringement from a knock-on to now a penalty, and Pollard steps in and blasts it to touch.
It's all very well having fresh legs on for South Africa, and Jasper Wiese has shown an absolute intent to be a destroyer. There's more fresh legs come on in the form of Oxenche. There's number 17. Steven Kitshoff makes his way to the sideline, but just losing that experience as well. They do not want to lose this game as world champions, the Springboks, and the Wallabies have actually done this, if memory serves. Every time South Africa's won the World Cup, the next Wallabies test has been won by Australia.
Inside 5.
Pulled in by De Jager.
Inside the 5 metres. More.
They go to what they know, and what they know really well. The rolling maul. Loses its shape though, and now Marks is isolated and the gold jerseys swarm in.
Okay, 9, let's go.
Cock. Valetini and Swinton. Put him down on the spot. Hooper rushing up. Pollard with a hit and hope. Looking towards Banks. Mapimpi giving chase. Has that gone back? It's there for Am. Play on for the moment. De Klerk, Mostert. De Klerk back short side. Lukhanyo Am. Grasped well by Kellaway. Australia coming hard at the breakdown. There's no one there for South Africa. White called out of it.
Advantage, no arms tackle, number 2.
Fainga'a
Put your arms up.
finally gets pinged for no arms in the tackle.
Yes, mate. Yeah. Time off, please, Michael. I need to look at this one again. So, Matty, we got a no-arms tackle by number 2. Checking the sanction, please.
Dangerous ground for Folau Fainga'a, because if he's found here
Let me know when the angles are ready, mate.
attacking his arm and no arms tackle as well as going low,
So
it'll
let's
be a
watch all the
card.
angles, then discuss afterwards. Okay. Geordie. Geordie.
The whole reason for this is to avoid, of course, lower leg injuries. Some pretty gruesome knee and ankle injuries are possible in this sort of a situation.
It's not at the head, but it's dangerous contact low
One
there.
more
with
angle, Luke, and then we'll come back to you.
no regard for the ball carrier.
Discussion when you are, mate. So let's watch this last one, then we can have a quick chat.
This could be a sliding doors moment for the Wallabies. The high ball looked to go forward off Mapimpi. It almost would have been better if the Springboks scored straight away to come back. Here, just checking what sanction should happen.
So to be clear, it's clear foul play by number 2. He comes at distance and with speed, but the danger is reduced. The player does run on, but I'm seeing this as a yellow card, mate. Is that what you're seeing?
I agree with you.
I've spoken to Damon just now.
Yeah.
But if that's a no-arms tackle, I'm getting aggressive communication from out upstairs,
mate,
saying that 21's come off his feet, no arms.
Mate, it can be as aggressive as you want. That's my decision here, okay?
Okay, but can we look at that?
Appreciate it.
Okay.
So the marks by him.
He was fighting a losing battle there, Michael Hooper. Good call to pull out. Possibly had a point, but I don't think in that situation any referee is going to stand there shooting the breeze, and can understand why that went to yellow card, unfortunately, for Fainga'a.
It's a yellow for really poor technique, at the very least.
Down the hooker. Marks comes in. To the middle. De Jager. Dragging Marks forward. They'll be hard to stop. Too hard.
That's a big old tractor rumbling its way through the slightly sodden pitch on the Gold Coast there. The ignition was started up as Fainga'a walked off, and once they got their hands on the ball, a clean line-out take and got set. There was only one result that was going to happen. Malcolm Marx over for another try for that huge Bok pack.
It's ruthless efficiency from the Springboks with the Wallabies. If you can't exit efficiently, if you give away penalties with ill discipline, you give the Springboks, the world champions, the line tamers, a line out 5 metres out from your own line. Malcolm Marx will be placing the ball down. Tim Horan.
I'll just wait for this kick from Handré Pollard. 5 minutes in from touch.
To make it a 1-point game, and he draws it back beautifully. Single point separates them, Timmy.
Oh, game on here, boys. Crowd's really into this one. Handré Pollard knocks it over from the sideline as Malcolm Marx goes over. Handré Pollard's the Blue Bulls, got up in the Currie Cup final last night against the Sharks, so he would have watched that one before he went to bed.
As expected, the impact is immediate from Malcolm Marx, but Samu comes in.
Lachlan Swinton's been good tonight. Disciplined aggression, which is what, Mertz, I think you've called for from him very often, but Samu was excellent in his creative play last week for the Wallabies.
Lisa
use it!
Taking it forward from the restart. Now to Klerk.
Hold the line!
For Banks. Cleaned up there by Van Staden. Rodda, nice handling for Kerevi. Cooper, quick for Ikitau. Mapimpi's up at the line. Valetini slapping at Mapimpi and then wisely takes it to ground. Phillip. Australia looking to get to their phases, and I get the penalty here, not releasing the tackle player is the call there against South Africa.
Yeah, he's a very hard man to move, Visser.
Off the ball before we go back for it, please.
Just unfortunately got himself in a position that wasn't legal right from the start. And though he couldn't be moved, he'd never been legal. There he goes. Wasn't a release there. Plus, he hadn't gone quite fully back behind the tackled player. A good chance here for the Wallabies to get right deep into South African territory. Has been a good night for Lachlan Swinton.
Okay, time's off.
Some of those little accelerated runs he's had around the ruck just to get some forward momentum have been important. Pete Samu, of course, we know what he's like with some pace down the sideline, rangy. If the game breaks up and turns on one little moment in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, the depth of the box squad is absolutely outstanding as Willie le Roux comes back from his yellow card, 10 minutes. But the Wallabies, geez, they're potent off the bench. You mentioned Samu and Taniela Tupou. Finally, those that believe he's an impact player will get to see whether that's possible with a game finally in the balance when he enters the fray.
Okay, post-call. There we go. Got there in the end.
Big kick for Quade Cooper here on the angle. Probably comes in at about 45 metres when you factor in the angle, so important as well to get back out outside that three-point range. Drop goal or penalty goal, you know that when South Africa is in your half, probably going to score some points.
Timmy, any breeze to contend with?
None at all, Shawnee. No, it was a long discussion too, wasn't it, from Nick White and Quade Cooper and also skipper Michael Hooper, whether to take the 3 points or go for touch.
Quade Cooper. His first test match in Aussie colours since 2017. Looking to stay perfect from the tee. The strike is good and it's got just enough on.
The crowd tell the story Much has been made of the Quade Cooper flair and the impact it can have on attack, but he's made his low chop tackles when required, and he's been excellent off the boot in accumulating points for his team. A crucial part of his role as ball player number 10 and first choice goal kicker.
Phillip has been a magnet with those restarts. He's been up to it time and time again. Jordy Petaia on for Kellaway. First try scorer tonight.
Australia, use it!
White's got to get right in there real deep.
9! Yes, they are bound.
To get this one back, and leans on his right boot. Plenty of elevation for Koroibete to give chase. That was lost forward by South Africa. Now Rodda going quick. Cooper looks across the park. The chase is good from Petaia. He's bearing down on Pollard, and that pressure brings a big game for Australia.
Great pressure from Jordan Petaia. Was looking to see, as we watched Andrew Kellaway walk off, whether it was Hodge or Petaia had come on. And it was the latter. Great pressure here and a good result to get that line out. I was just thinking it would have been nice for a 50-22. Drop one of those old style torps and going zooming into the 22, but the pressure on creates the mistake from South Africa.
Yeah, excellent play. And that's what a mid-20s Quade Cooper would probably have done. The big torp for the big player, a long ball counter, but the tempered, measured, mature Quade Cooper plays well. Len Ikitau with a throw here on test debut. Mum and Dad, Luina and Finau in the crowd tonight to support their son on debut for the Wallabies.
And his first throw is bang on the money.
Hold! Hold!
Easy to spot with the dreadlocks. Ikitau at the back. White looking over towards Kerevi. Oh, he leaves it behind. No, it's gone forward after all that. That one hurts Australia, and we're going to the scrum.
Okay, let's bind up then. Let's go. Let's bind up.
Made many mistakes, if any at all, tonight. Kerevi, as has been talked about before, he's been a great protector for Quade Cooper. When it's not on, just to give it off to a tank like this man here, and he's disappointed in himself. Good attacking opportunity if he could have held that and got at least over the tackle line, and a couple of phases for the Wallabies. Now they switch to defence.
Well, Tim Horan, the Prince of Centres, what have you made of Samu Kerevi this evening?
Okay, let's bind up.
I think he's been really good, Morgan. I think, as Mert said, he's taken a lot of pressure off Quade Cooper and allowed Quade just to underplay his game and give the ball, short ball, to that man there who always gets across the advantage line. So uncharacteristic drop there and puts the pressure back on the Wallabies. Handré Pollard just leaving the field. It's a big call, 15 minutes out.
Yes, and his replacement, Damian de Allende, big job to do now. And I don't think Faf de Klerk's going to take this on the left boot, but they get the penalty. That'll alleviate the pressure on the world champions.
Keep your feet square, please. Hey, hey.
Well, isn't that a momentum change? Attacking line-out opportunity. Just over 25 metres out from the box line. Don't execute first phase. Then scrum issues. Box able to move the ball back down into the Wallabies territory. 25-21 in a test match. Set piece, execution, clarity of role, all so important in every moment of the game.
Malcolm Marks with the throw. This one hurting the Aussies in this second half. De Jager once more. Now they pivot and spin it. Ikitau in there, muscling up on Marks. Can he hang on? It'll be an Australian feed to the scrum if they can constrict this play. Down it goes. There it is. There's a result for Australia. And they'll have the chance now to pack it down and feed.
Yeah, time off. 2 players down.
Big achievement from the Australian pack. They've had that massive scrum just before half-time. They've pinched a couple of line-outs. And this is a huge effort to keep these big men up and wrapped up and then not allowed the ball to come out legally, I might add. Huge effort, and they've shown a lot of pluck and a lot of courage, the Australian forwards tonight.
You can see number 4, Izack Rodda, on his haunches. I haven't said his name a lot, but I've noticed he's been industrious. He's been hard at it all evening. Tim Horan, you must have been impressed by his performance this evening thus far.
Yeah, it's been great to see him come back, hasn't he? To obviously play a little bit of time overseas, then came back. First start, back in the gold jersey. As for this fella here, Quade Cooper, the Izack Rodda adds that real presence to the forward pack. Quade Cooper, first time in the gold jersey for 4 years and 2 months and has not missed a kick tonight. Great performance, still plenty of time left in this match.
Well, Dave Rennie, he must be comfortable with that selection decision he's made with Quade Cooper at 10 thus far. 67 minutes in.
Fine. Set.
White under pressure at the back. Wrapped up by de Klerk.
Okay, everyone release.
Everyone told to come away from it. Samu to Kerevi. So good with ball in hand. Gets it back to Samu. South Africa good over the ball. Now they win the penalty. It's just fractured. It was just isolated. And that presented the box with a chance to go in via Quagga Smith.
It was Quagga Smith, and please don't try and adjust your screen if you think you got screen distortion. It's just his nose, taking a lot of punishment in both 15s and 7s over the years. Quagga Smith, and in he went. I'm not sure entirely he kept his weight on his feet. I was expecting the penalty to go Australia's way, but you push it as far as you can, and well played in there.
And that is the breakdown at the moment, the way it's refereed right around the world. We saw it with French referees earlier in the year. We've seen it with SANZAAR, if you like, Southern Hemisphere referees right through. And we're seeing it this evening with the UK referee. Hopefully De Jager is okay here, but what an offload. Kerevi through contact and sights and delivers to Samu. It's what the Wallabies will want from him off the bench. And then here Smith just gets around and gets his hips in and gets in a good position. That's at least consistent from Luke Pearce, but Kerevi, we talked about him as a foil for Cooper, but his influence has been enormous already for the Wallabies team and his return. Polished a little bit more, maybe a little bit trimmer from his 7s time. Experience playing overseas with Suntory. What a package he is these days, Mertz.
Yeah, as we see the clash here, friendly fire. Lood de Jager straight away. Having a mini snooze on the way down, and I don't think there's any question he'll be bouncing around, make a mockery of me. Not for the first time what I've said is complete rot, but I would have thought maybe a little bit of a break sideline. It didn't look wonderful when he went down on that tackle there. Good run from Kerevi.
Yeah, I think this is a moment where discretion is the better part of valour with player safety, and if there's any issue, I'm sure the doctors, both the South African team doctor and the sideline match day doctor, will have him off for HIA, and I think that's where he'll head to now. Good to see in the modern day that player welfare is foremost in everyone's mind.
It didn't take much from that footage to work out. He went pretty loose on that first impact, and Eben Etzebeth back on. Might have thought he was getting a break and climbing into a couple of pies like I saw some of the New Zealand supporters doing earlier on. Glad that they've stuck around for the second match. Pretty hard to sell a doubleheader sometimes, expecting people to sit through 2 matches, but certainly been a good crowd and well entertained tonight.
What else are you going to do? If you've got live sport, you get to it or you watch it on Channel 9 and stand. The whole month of September has rugby all throughout Queensland, Townsville, Suncorp and the Gold Coast. Next week, Wallabies and Springboks will go at it again. Argentina up against New Zealand.
Hold the 10, both nines.
Up at Suncorp. Big crowd expected. Australia needing to find a way to shut down the reigning world champions here. Marks at the tail. Now shifting the point of attack to the short side. De Klerk by 2 on the floor. He might get penalised here. Yeah, penalty advantage here for the Springboks. De Klerk. Cheeky grubber. Tupou's there to tidy up. And we'll come back over to the mark. Luke Pearce wants to chat with Michael Hooper.
To make sure there's no scrap behind me. I thought the ball went backwards. That's my live call.
And then when they pick it up, you just start another ball?
We played on, mate.
He's going to come out pretty frustrated from this game, Michael Hooper. A few overtures to referee Luke Pearce and fairly comprehensively shut down.
I think Siya Kolisi and Michael Hooper have dealt very respectfully with the referee, and he's been maddeningly calm thus far. Whether they agree with his decisions or not, he's been clear, he's been concise, he's been considered. I think both sets of fans would have hoped that their teams would have had more rub of the green, Mertz.
Okay, big moment here for Australia. Can they repel this box machine? Them all so lethal, so well oiled. Marks is at the back.
Early on the jumper.
Oh, penalty advantage coming though for South Africa. De Klerk, de Allende out the back. Big tackling forces them into the shift. Out wide, Nkosi. White's there in recovery. Sends it back in field. Le Roux there to touch. Don't tell me he's got that down. There is tons to take a look at here.
Yeah, real bowl of spaghetti over there in the corner. I think ultimately they'll come back for the penalty to South Africa. Ball bobbled around. South Africa trying desperately to get it wide where the space was.
We need to check all that here, don't we?
Nick White crossed to Tate Mkosi. This ball didn't get near the ground. Well out.
Yeah, Matty, a quick look, please. On-field decisions,
Gee,
no
they did
try.
well.
He's in touch.
Wallabies do
If
the
there's no
scramble,
try,
but
we're
look at
back
the
to end contact
desperation
of the
to
lineup.
keep the ball in play. And Nkosi almost, but keeps it in. Mapimpi, I think, keeps it in. It's just Willie le Roux's right boot that goes out eventually.
So let's just get
Numbers,
that
look at the
reverse angle.
numbers
This
for
one will show us,
both teams around the ball here to both attempt to score the try and stop it. That's the desperation of a big test match like this evening. Wallabies right in the fight.
Yeah, so there we go. He's clear. His right boot is on touching goal, so it is no try. It's back to the advantage, isn't it?
Tim Horan back to the penalty.
No try.
What do you do here if you're the Springboks? You back that maul that's been so impressive.
The advantage is early contact in the air. And
They're going straight for touch again as Luke Pearce talks to the skipper, Michael Hooper. So they'll come back for the penalty advantage. They had that. The back line for the Springboks knew they had it, and they'll go straight for touch again. 5 metres out, and they'll go to that man, Etzebeth, in the middle of the line out.
They get the call right. It's transferred over to Marks. Etzebeth. He does the lifting. Mostert pulls it down.
Stay back. Over.
And now they creep. Faster and faster. They up the tempo with the ball. The backs join the party. De Allende's in there. They must score. They do. And the Boks are back in front.
Yes, the tractor got those big wheels rolling again. I think it's Malcolm Marks. Little doubt once he had that ball at the back that there was going to be anybody else to profit from the try. Wallabies tried to compete through Matt Phillip. Danger of that, of course, is if you miss, you're a little bit compromised with your maul defence. It still took the Boks some time to get it across. Desperate defence from the Wallabies, but in the end, too big, too strong.
Well, I'm pretty sure I see Malcolm Marks get the ball down here off the back of the hard work from his forwards and backs piling in and say, I am inevitable. And it seems that way with the Springboks. If the game is played down this end of the field, that is what will happen to the Wallabies. There's a reason they're the world champs, Tim Horan.
Yeah, they haven't played with a lot of ball, have they? They kicked a lot of ball away, but they played test match footy. Malcolm Marx, what a player he is. Wallabies still plenty of time left.
Well, this is key from the boot of Damian Willemse. If he can nut this, it'll be a 3-point lead. And they can breathe just a little easier. The Springboks, here he is. Willemse, 15 in. He sprayed it. It's away to the right. So it remains a 1-point game.
Look who's down there at the bottom. Quade Cooper could not have imagined in the last 2 or 3 years that he would be trying to defend Malcolm Marx at the bottom of a ruck in the in-goal area in the Gold Coast.
Nick White just settling his men. Can they raise one final effort to try and put away South Africa? In Australia again, they've got a terrific record against them here down under.
South Africa, use it.
Last time
16, go steady.
the Boks won in Australia, it was way back in 2013. De Klerk, as expected, goes away via the boot. Hodge into the play, that one tapped down by Etzebeth, and Australia let it run to touch.
Do you want the line out or the scrum? Line out or scrum? Line out calls?
Opt for the line out. The Wallabies would have loved to have seen a scrum. Really rating themselves a better chance to win the ball here than in the scrum.
Samu, Hooper, quick on the transfer to White. Kerevi takes 2 with him. Slow coming away. White, flat for Leota. He's collared by Mostert. White switching up the play for Cooper to Kerevi, trying to get it away. Samu's in over the top to secure the ball. White, Phillip. He's carried busily tonight, Cooper, looking for Koroibete. Just mixing the play up now, Australia driving past him. Good work on the clean out that time. Hodge. South Africa rush up. Can they work themselves a penalty here, Australia? Leota dummies and goes. White scanning his options. Cooper out the back for Kerevi. Kerevi again running with such determination. White wants it.
Don't try and buy it 9.
8 phases gone. That's Tupou out wide. Tupou loses his support runners. White's there though with a quick service for Cooper. Valetini.
No, Rock 16.
Marks comes around the corner and slows it down. No penalty though. Phillip, he gets buckled. The green wall going to work. Cooper low for Hodge. They're conceding metres here. Etzebeth over the top. Just knocked out.
Okay, 9, use it.
Where's the space here for Australia? Tupou. They keep throwing bodies at bodies. White bouncing out, going short side. Kerevi away for Hooper. Looks to Hodge on the left. Hodge is there and loses it. The play breaks down. It looked a certain try coming.
It certainly did once Michael Cooper got clear here. It looked like 3-on-1. That's tremendous defence from Willemse covering Hooper. Hooper waited till the last minute to give it to Hodge. And Willemse had already made the decision, got across, made a crucial tackle.
Well, is that the shot? Is that the one shot you get in the championship minutes? 14 phases of play, almost 2 minutes of ball in play time. Dave Rennie wants his Wallabies fitter. He says they're fitted. We'll be able to go at this time of the match 2 minutes to create that opportunity. They're fit, but you've also got to make the right decisions. You've got to execute your skill. Will they get another shot at it? Do you get one more chance, Mertz?
That was good discipline phase after phase from the Springbok defence, Tim. I'm sure the Wallabies were fishing for that elusive penalty, and hence why I wondered maybe a scrum to start it off and get Kerevi on the front foot to get that pressure on the Springbok defence.
Yeah, great phase play, wasn't it, Mertz? And all Michael Hooper had to do was come infield, get off his left foot and bring Willemse infield, so he didn't have the opportunity to cover across to Reece Hodge. He knows it too. If he just came off his left foot, back infield a little bit. Watch this, Michael Hooper.
Okay, we good?
Go infield now. Everyone's too close. It's a short pass and Willemse reads it well.
Well, great trust that he had there, Willemse, as well. He could probably see Eben Etzebeth making those huge strides to get back and cover defence, and he probably figured, well, Etzebeth is going to be able to catch Hooper if he sells the dummy better than he might get to Hodge.
And he knows Hooper. He knows that they've been brilliant this evening, the Wallabies. They've taken it to the champion Springboks, especially up front in the forwards. He knows that a victory is what's needed to underline the effort from the Wallaby team. They need it. They've had a tough period. Faf de Klerk makes way now. Herschel Yancey, sorry, Sean, on for him.
I was going to say, can they turn it up at the scrum? Can they push it up here?
Crouch! Bind!
They went deep into the locker to claim that series against France earlier this year. Under the pump here, though, as South Africa edge it forward. We will repack it.
Well, that's what they're going for. Penalty first and foremost, the South African pack. A wider view, 10, 12, 13, have no interest at the moment. So it's either going to be a penalty from the pack or a kick from Herschel Yankees. No doubt they'll have another go, soak up some time, and really put the blowtorch on this Wallaby scrum. Am and de Allende both standing by in case they needed to truck the ball up.
2 minutes 30 to go. 1 point the diff. South Africa looking to secure the game with a big scrum here. It shifts away. White's in there wanting it. He's knocked out of the play. And furious about it. Yankees. Cock just stands in the tackle. Can they wind down? 2 minutes of play. They won't. They'll go to the air. Yankees. That's off someone's melon. It goes back to Nche. In turn to Willemse, who gets it away. Down to Hodge. Hodge looking high. Needed some more depth on it. Pataya, did he lose it forward? It's there for South Africa, Visa. And the clock just keeps ticking. Etzebeth. Now they can potentially close it out with a couple of tight carries. That one spits away, and the call will be knock on against Australia.
Clearly no advantage.
Frantic. But the ball just not bouncing the way of Australia.
A little bemused as we see the ball coming off the head.
Okay, let's bind up then. Let's
Rob
go.
Leota, but a little bemused with the decision of Reece Hodge to put the ball in the air. Very easy to say in hindsight, but wasn't great execution, of course, which didn't make it look good, but wondered if he might have been looking for that 50-22. Also had a number of support players. Gee, we see some tooth-rattling hits, though. That one from Ikitau on Visa just now was excruciating.
One last go. That last scrum was fractured. They almost got the steal, Australia. This their final chance. Yankees feeds Australia. Good weight. They come right through. White's over the top, looking for the turnover, looking for the penalty. He gets the result. Penalty, Australia. South Africa not releasing on the ground. And it'll be either Quade Cooper or Reece Hodge who'll take the kicking tee to become a hero for the night.
Well, it's White that wins the penalty, but make no mistake, it's the 8th man in the Wallabies scrum that put pressure on and allowed him the opportunity. He's present over the ball and he does enough. The moment. This moment, Hooper has pointed to the sticks. Assistant coach Scott Wisemantle has walked out with 2 tees. The yellow one of Quade Cooper, the pink one of Reece Hodge.
Eben, thank you.
Hodge or Cooper.
Sorry to be fussy,
about the same distance as Cooper just hit from before. 40 and on the angle, so about 45. He squeaked it over. How much does he feel like fatigue has come into those legs?
Hodge is wandering over Mertz.
Cooper hasn't missed tonight. Confidence for a kicker. Probably the best asset you can ask for. And there it is, confidence. We're set for a fairy tale.
Tim Horan, I'll ask you again. Any breeze to contend with?
Not at all. Exactly same spot where Quade Cooper knocked it over about 25 minutes ago. 7 from 7 in this match, Quade Cooper. First game back in a gold jersey for just over 4 years. Is this his moment?
We're about to find out. He's spoken at length in the lead up to tonight about becoming a better person. He said it's not all about the rugby. He just wanted to be a better version of himself. Or can he have the best of both worlds in 2021? Quade Cooper for the win. It's on its way. It's on its way. It's good. Quade Cooper is the man.
The man, the moment. Wallabies fans, family, staff, they rejoice. Quade Cooper, redemption. Quade Cooper, the Wallabies number 10 in a gold jersey. The moment strikes true through the posts for a famous Wallabies victory.
Oh, the temptation is strong in a moment like that to look up, to see where that ball's going. The experience of Cooper kept his head down, his body through, struck it truly like he has done all night. And finally he can let go, show some relief.